106 pounds first time out. Wisconsin Rapids taking on Gay Electric Trempealeau. Jackson Freeman, who is ranked 7th at 106 pounds, is going to take on Evan Johnson, a freshman from Gay Electric Trempealeau. Gay Electric Trempealeau, GET as they shorten it up to, and Melrose Mindoro is a combined school. Double underhook. Kyle Ketchum throws him on by, drags the toe, keeps him in bounds, and gets coverage. 3 takedown for Freeman. Double underhooks to a little shuck on by. Once he got motion going, Freeman with a takedown. This is going to be a tough dual meet for the Red Raiders. Gay Electric Trempealeau, like I said, has 7 ranked wrestlers in their lineup in Division II. Leg lace, legs ride, cross body, trying to pry that left hand arm back. Now trying to force the head down. Cross face to a cradle. Lost a cradle, going to try to get a barbed wire here, running him over the top for a barbed wire. Looking to settle him in here with chest pressure. That left side shoulder is up kind of high. He's going to have to reposition one more time. He lets him go stomach down. Got 3 near fall. Jams that leg in there again. Turk tilt. Potentially dangerous, says the official. Stops that. Good, aggressive, hard wrestling by Freeman. The Red Raiders will take on Menominee second in the dual meet session. And in the third session, they'll get Prairie du Chien. Rolls him over with a barbed wire, but lost control of one of the elbows, and Johnson rolls through it. More near fall for Freeman, and he is up 7-0 according to the scoreboard. I'm not sure that's right. Now it's 14-0. That looks a little better. Now they're going to change it again. Tip again by Freeman. No, says the official. Now he's going to reposition that arm, get back a little bit higher. The referee said no near fall. And in 2 seconds, period will run out. And the score on the board says 8-0. And I'm not even sure that's correct. There's going to be some junior varsity wrestling going on the third mat, kind of tucked back in a little corner, a recessed area. Red Raiders should have some of those JV wrestlers to come. Freeman with his choice on top. Start third period, trying to get him wrestling and get him ahead, trying to get that pin. Crossface again. Crossface hard by Freeman. Johnson is fighting hard to stay stomach down. Now he built the base. He's got hand control. Freeman's got to fight with the legs ride to remain in control. Red Raiders could use a very good wrestled 3 dual meets here to kind of pick themselves off the mat a little bit. They've had some tough goes here in some tournaments and dual meets. They lost to number 8 Marshfield. So Wisconsin Rapids will probably drop in their rankings to below 6 or 7. Johnson is fighting hard on the bottom. He does not want to get pinned. He has worked his rear end off, trying not to get turned and stuck here. Freeman again running him over. 48 seconds left. Got time to stick him here. If he can get positioned right, he's pretty far over. Double armbar this time, trying to sit it out, and that gets really tight. Johnson rocks from shoulder to shoulder. Now he's stacked up there, and there's the fall for Jackson Freeman in 3:27. 6 Red Raider T-points on the board for the Red Raiders after 1 week class. Next up at 113 pounds will be Brett Bagnowski. And he is scheduled to go against Moses Ramirez, who is a freshman from GET Melrose Mindoro. Bagnuski is a junior for the Red Raiders, but still with somewhat limited experience in the lineup. Shot in by Bagnuski, and Ramirez counters easily. Got him sprawling back. Works to his feet. Bagnuski still driving in to get that takedown, trying to turn the corner. And he got the takedown as Ramirez's fingers were on the line. That's enough to keep him in bounds. Bagnuski runs him right over as he catches up to him, comes up with a reverse half. Now a little bit of a head lift. But Ramirez fights stomach down, 3 near fall. A quick 6-0 lead for the Red Raider Ramirez. Barbed wire again by the Red Raiders. They have worked on that, and we've seen that turning attempt quite a bit. Ramirez goes over. Bagnuski switches to a loose headlock. Got 45 seconds left. Pin for Bagnuski in 1:17. Winner by pin, 113 for Wisconsin Rapids. 6 Red Raider team points. It's now 12-0 the dual meet through 2 weight classes. And the Red Raiders coming out firing hard with aggression, something they have not done for a little while. And I'm sure that was a huge talking point in the practice room for Lincoln High School. Next up, 120-pounder Bryce Bagnuski. He's a sophomore. He will take on Cade Perney. Or Coda Perney. Perney is good, ranked number 9 at 120. So Bryce Bagnuski's job is to not give up as many extra points as possible. Perney in on a single to a double, lifts for the takedown, and has a 3-0 lead. Hip tip with an Ellsworth bar. Bagnuski rolled through that. There's that Ellsworth bar again, turns suicide style over the top of the body, and near fall coming for Perney. Coda Perney is one of the ranked wrestlers for Gay Electric Trempealeau. As I had mentioned, he is 9th in Division II. 126. Junior, Kenny, 3 takedowns, 3 near fall, and we're off the mat. 1 point for Bagnuski. Illegal hold for Perney. Again, Bagnuski's job is to not give up as many team points as possible. Cannot get pinned at all costs. That saves 1 team point if you only get tech fall. If you can keep it to a major, that would be huge. Then you save 2 team points. Perney riding hard, got a half and a wrist. Lost a half now, coming up, going to use that hip tip again. And he's got a good one. 25 seconds left. Bagnuski able to get stomach back down. Nice job. Arm bar on the wrist now. Perney runs Bagnuski over. Sinking some hip pressure on him. Bagnuski's fighting his head up here. 10 seconds left. Good job, Bagnuski, fighting it off so far. 5 seconds left. He's in trouble one more time. Got him pinned, did Perney. In 1:57. Gay Electric Trempealeau on the board now with 16 points. Cuts the Red Raider dual meet lead in half at 12-6. Next up, 126 pounders. Scheduled to go for the Red Raiders, Jake Freeman against Gunnar Kremner. Kremner is a senior.
At 126, for Wisconsin Rapids, junior, Jake Freeman. And for the Titans, senior, Gunnar Kremner.
Kremer is a senior for GET. Junior is Jake Freeman. Kremer not ranked in the individual rankings according to Wisconsin Grappler. Slide by attempt, blocked by Kremner.
At 126, Menominee wins by pin.
Trying to get to a Russian, and he did. It did Freeman. And he lost the grip on the Russian. Both wrestlers fighting for hand control. Kremer with a collar tie. Now underhook, sweep shot. Got fought off by Kremer. 1:05 left, first period. Kremer with a shot in. Freeman stopped him coming in. Got a front headlock on him. Got a near side knee. Just got out muscled by Kremer. Back to his feet. Jake Freeman had him in a front headlock, head down by his knees, picked the near side knee, but couldn't do nothing with it. Kremer stood up through it. Kremer with a sweep shot. Freeman counters, comes up with a Russian arm tie. 22 seconds left. Kremer pulls that out, and we're back neutral again. Sweep shot, but not close enough. Kremer with a shot and got to a single, working on a double. 7 seconds left. Got to fight this attempt off. 3 takedown. Kremer at the end of the period. Classic Red Raider mistake there. Giving up points at the end of a period. 3-0 after 1. Freeman's choice, he will take the down position. Kremer covers on the left-hand side. Just a base off by Freeman. That allows Kremer to go to work. Now Freeman tried to get up to a high base. Kremer picked that trailing ankle. Trying to use a coffee grinder method to try to pull that arm back. Freeman's building to his knees now.
For those of you who follow Wisconsin High School Wrestling News, these rankings were taken from Wisconsin Grappler website. For those of you who are familiar with the Rockfin website, you might find the rankings a little different. But great nonetheless.
Elbow control by Kremer on top. Now works cross body, fires a half, but's got that stretched out. Freeman's got to get that arm ahead and out. He did that time. Now Kremer goes to work on the right side arm. Freeman's got to get off his belly. Now to a base. Got taken back down. Got to put a foot on the mat here. Jake Freeman. And Kremer flattens him out one more time. 33 seconds left. Hard ride by Kremer. Freeman cannot get any headway off the bottom. Got a bar. Freeman fought that turn off. Now a half coming the other way with a loose bar. 8 seconds left. Freeman able to stay stomach down and stay in the match at 3-0 Kremer. Now it's Kremer's choice. He's going on top. He had great success. Freeman wasn't close to an escape. Again, just basing off is Freeman, and that allows Kremer to flatten him out. Deep, tight waist by Kremer. Spiral ride now by the GET wrestler. Okay, Electric Trempelo's coaching staff is head coach Pete Peterson, Steve Kushner, Dan Wisniewski, Hunter Anderson, Julian Perney, Tanner Anderson, Sam Johnson, Caden Schrade, Drake Tiedemann, Jaden Anderson, and Braden Lockington. .103 left yet. Kremer with a tough ride. Freeman cannot get off his chest. Now Freeman to his feet. What can he do? There's the 1 point escape. Now you got to go get him and take him down. Takedown wins the match for you, but don't take a bad shot. Set up your best one. 3-1 with just under 30 seconds. Kremer with wrist control and a collar tie. Freeman pushing in, pushing in, pushing in. Gets collar tied, headlock down to the mat. 10 seconds left. Kremer is going to hang on to win this 3-1.
Winner by 3-1 decision for TT Melman.
3 team points for Gay Electric Trempolo. The dual meet is 12-9. It tightens up some more. Freeman could not do anything underneath. Kremer rode him for almost 2 complete periods. Next up at 132 pounds, Deegan Armagoss scheduled to go for the Red Raiders. And Colton Koss, the senior. Koss is ranked 5th at 132 pounds in Division II. Deegan Armagoss ranked 10th in Division I at 132. This could be the feature match here. Underhook with better head position was Koss. He snaps down Armagoss. Collar tied to an inside ankle pick. Takes down the Red Raider. Hard stand up back to a switch to a single of his own now. Wizard counter by Koss. Front leg trip. Koss still has that whizzer in. Koss with the whizzer saved him. 1 point loss of control. 3-1 Koss with a lead. That was a good loss of control call there. Instead of giving up a kind of a cheap reverse or still saying Koss was in control with just a whizzer and out of position, that was a good loss of control, so that's 1 point. 1:31 left. Officials having a conversation with the timer, and they got that straightened out. It's 1:10 left on the clock. Bad shot by Armagoss, but he was able to get back neutral.
Winner by 19-3, technical fall from Audi, Bailey Casey.
Arm drag attempt. 3 near fall. Koss comes up with a single. Let's try to remain in control. 38 seconds left. They're out of bounds. 34 seconds left. Koss just arm Armagas down to the mat, had his head planted there and scored the takedown. Jumps into a legs right on the left-hand side is Koss.
On mat number 1, Armagas, Wisconsin Rapids, currently ranked 10th in Division 1.
Armagas stands up with the legs right in of Koss. That's potentially dangerous. So they stop that. Koss a little slow getting up, holding a left hand there a little bit. Legs right on the right-hand side by Koss, trying to run out the period with a 6-1 lead. End of the period. As you see an assistant timer come in with basically a pool noodle to tap the official on the back when time runs out. That gives him some help.
At 150 for Prairie Scene, senior.
Koss on top, start the second. Armagas choice. Caution jumping to start. Armagas.
And for Menominee, freshman Drew Pisa.
Koss with a tough tight waist. Going to try to step a legs ride in here. Spiral ride. Koss with a loose tight waist now, but has a arm pin behind the back. Koss trying to change sides and jump into a legs ride, and that's potentially dangerous as soon as Armagas gets to his feet. 1:22 left. Koss is hurting here with the hands. He's slow, always grabbing at it, head down, shaking off the official if he wants injury time. Armagas turns with a switch, picks a near side ankle, comes up to face, but Koss has not lost control with an arm. There's the one. Now it's 6-2. Koss with better head position on Armagas. Armagas with a jab, but didn't have good head position. That's what stopped that. Right into the Gay Electric Trempealeau bench. There you go. 44.5 seconds left. Now we got a question from a second ref walking out onto the mat. And he came from the other match. I'm not sure what happened there. Koss just wades into an under overhook. .25 seconds left. Armagas with a shot. Koss easily pulled the leg out. He had him at the ankle but couldn't control it. Shot again, but Koss with the underhooks in a good defensive position here. Now the front headlock, and they're out of bounds. 10.5 seconds left. Got time to score one here. Get yourself back in the match. Got to move the feet to create an angle, though. And the end of the period is here. 6-2, Koss with a lead. Koss's choice now. He goes down to start the third. And Armagas is going to have to try to ride. No, he cuts him loose, gives him a free ride. 7-2 now. Slide hard by Koss. Armagas sits down on the edge of the mat and gives up the takedown. As Koss has covered both legs, keeps his feet in bounds, and now they're out. Should be 10-2 now. Koss with a shot in. Armagoss countered this. Ankle pick around the corner. Armagoss with a takedown now. Should be 10-5 right now. Armagoss trying to cut himself loose, and Koss is hanging on for dear life. There's the point. Armagoss tried an ankle pick. Koss just ran him straight over with an underhook. Scoreboard's got it 11-6 right now, and I'm not sure that's really correct. Got to go one time to his back is what you have to do here. Russian arm tie with not good head position. 40 seconds left. Now you got to get yourself out of bounds, get a fresh restart. All you're doing is burning time, and you're not going to score out there. Burn 20 seconds on the edge of the mat and gain nothing. 29 seconds left. Scoreboard says 11-6. Tried the same thing off an overhook to a knee pick. Cautious, stood right there and took it. Koss knows he's ahead here. He doesn't have to do anything to survive the match and get the win. Toss attempt. They go out of bounds. No control either way. 1 second left. It's going to be 11-6. Koss with a win. 3 more team points go on the board for Gay Electric Tripolo, and they have now tied the dual meet score at 12-12.
Winner by 11-6 decision.
Next up at 138 pounds. This is going to be Jace Anderson against Matthew Miller, your Red Raider.
Sophomore Jace Anderson.
Anderson's a sophomore. Matthew Miller, your Red Raider, is going to get head out. Trying to see what he can do to stop the 3-match run now by Gay Electric Tripolo.
And for Wisconsin Rapids, Matthew Miller.
Long and lanky Jace Anderson at 138. Matthew Miller a little shorter, a little more compact.
Winner by fall in the second period, third sheet, Mason Hurd.
Bad shot. Miller really quick around the corner. Got to get him to the mat. There he's got the 3. Good work by Matthew Miller. He was quick on that counter.
At 157 for Brady Sheen Jr., Brady Baumgartner.
Now you got to keep good control of Anderson here. Take a little gas out of his tank.
And for Menominee, sophomore Ryan Shackleton.
Anderson got to his feet and they went out of bounds with 1 minute left. Matthew Miller will be on top riding, and Jace Anderson will be on the bottom. Hard stand up by Anderson. Miller's got to catch up. He cuts him loose. 3-1. Collar tie stretched out in a block by Anderson. Miller trying to work into a Russian. Got to have better head position though. You want your head on the same side of your opponent's head that you have that arm controlled. Slide by missed and a reshot missed again. Miller just a little quick right now. Anderson with a head tap and a single leg shot, missed both of them. Miller with the collar tie, Anderson with a block one more time. End of 1, 3-1, Miller with a lead. Anderson's choice, he's going to defer. Miller's choice, it's going down. Miller with a stand-up. Nice work off the bottom. And we have potentially dangerous. On Miller, there's no penalty there. They just stopped that action. Again, Miller fires off the bottom. Look what happens when you fire off the bottom. Nice work, Andrew Miller. Got the 1 point in the escape. He leads 4-1. Anderson with a collar tied loose with a block there. Now Miller's trying to get to a Russian, and Anderson pulls that out. Anderson with a shot. Loosely got to the knee. Miller's forced him back on the head and stands up. Anderson with a shot one more time, but got stopped. Front headlock by Miller. Hard to front headlock somebody when they're taller than you. He pops that head out, got an underhook. Launching pads loaded, and they walk off the mat. Warning, stalling Miller. Not real sure about that call, but just because your opponent underhooks you and walks you off the mat one time doesn't, I guess, mean you're stalling. Now they're going to have a conversation with Miller about hands and fingers into the face and the eyes of Matthew Miller. Slide by, missed. Miller a little too quick. 22 seconds left. Got 6 seconds left in the period. Anderson with a shot in again. Miller's got to counter this hard. And he does. 4-1 after the end of 2 periods, and it's going to be Miller's choice. He's going down. Caution, jumping to start. And that caution was on Anderson. Warning, stalling, and that was awful quick, and that's 1 point. And now one of the assistants got an unsportsmanlike call on him. And we'll see if that was a deduction and a team point. Miller got to chase Anderson, which he's taking him back to the mat, and they go off the mat. And Miller comes up, grabbing the left wrist. 4-2. Matthew Miller, now it's 4-3. Miller's been hit for a point for stalling, so 4-3, you got to have some offense. Warning, stalling on Anderson, and I guess I don't agree with that call either. Little head fake to a collar tie sweep by Matthew Miller. Comes up with an underhook. Off the mat they go, and Miller would have ended up on top right in front of the scoring booth. 1:11 left. This could end up in a wild finish here. Hard snap by Anderson. Collar tie and wrist control again by Anderson. Now he's fighting to get the wrist. Now he's blocking with that left arm. Miller with a right hand collar tie. .40 left. Still 4-3. Matthew Miller as Anderson gets to a single leg. Miller picks an inside leg, steps over the top, gets a takedown on the edge of the mat. Matthew Miller takes him down for 3. 7-3 now. What a match by Matthew Miller, leading 7-3. 29 seconds left. Front trip takes Anderson back down. Miller's got to get him off or cut him. Got to have some hard starts here. 20 seconds left. Red Raiders need a spark. Caution, second time. Anderson jumping to start. Next one will be a point for Matthew Miller. Miller stands up easily. Warding, stalling, but then he cut him loose, so that's a 2-point move. 8 seconds left. Seven to 5, Matthew Miller with a win. Hard fought match by Matthew Miller, the Red Raider senior. Nice job, young man. Next up at 144 pounds. We'll see how we do this. .144 pounds, Brody. I got to take a look here to make sure I wrote the Brody Bands. B-A-N-S-E is a sophomore for Gay Electric Tremple, and he's a long wrestler.
Now wrestling at 144 for Wisconsin Rapids, junior Jack Ackerman.
This is Jack Ackerman.
Junior Brody Bonzi.
Ackerman at 144. Brody Bonzi, a sophomore. Brody Bonzi ranked number 6. Ackerman would have had the takedown. Referee said they were out of bounds.
Bonzi is currently ranked 6th in Division 2.
Brody Bonzi ranked 6th.
Is currently ranked 9th in Division 1.
Body lock, luncheon pad is loaded. Ackerman backed out of it. Lateral drop toss. Bonzi would have been on top there. Bonzi is ranked 6th in Division 2 at 144. Jake Ackerman. Nice little front spin for Bonzi. Puts Ackerman in a takedown position, and Ackerman gets it. I'm not sure what the call was. Should be, I guess it's 3-1. Bonzi's awful long. He got there, but Ackerman fought him off now. Underhook again. Bonzi liked to throw before. .38 seconds left. Russian arm tie now by Bonzi, and he's got head position now. Tried a little leg sweep, did Ackerman, and that broke the grip.
Winner by 22-6 technical fall. Chronometer Ryan Shetty.
Slide by hard by Bonzi. Puts Ackerman into the Russian, and they go out of bounds. End of the period. Ackerman's choice, he deferred. Bonzi's choice will go down, trailing 3-1. The Red Raiders did lose a point. On the coaching unsportsmanlike, so it is now 12-14. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt the Red Raiders. 1 point escape, 3-2. Bonzi, lateral drop. Catches Ackerman. Ackerman in deep trouble here. He's got a minute and a half to fight this off. He's gotten stomach down, now trying to get to a leg and hang on for life here. Bonzi's got that arm barbed wire through, and he rolls him through again. Ackerman did not get stomach down. Now Ackerman's got to elevate his hips here, which he does. Now 9-3 on the board in favor of Bonzi, and he's got a legs ride in. Ackerman to a higher base now, putting a foot down, trying to pick a leg out. Got to work on hand controls. Got the hand control in the escape. 9-4 now, 30 seconds left, second period. Bonzi catches Ackerman again for the takedown. It's now 12-4 and 1 point escape for Ackerman. 14-5 right now. Ackerman trails. And we're getting some questioning on the scoring to see what the score actually is. 4 minutes gone, 2 minutes left. 14-5 right now. Ackerman on the bottom. Bonzi with a spire ride, steps into a double legs. Trying to get a crossbody half on Ackerman. Bonzi is really physical. Ackerman tried to roll through it. Two near fall Bonzi. And we got blood time. 16-5 right now. Ackerman's got to get a little cleanup of his own. Again, Bonzi ranks 6th in Division II at 144. And Bonzi is really putting a physical workover on Ackerman. Ackerman with a little elbow wrap as he comes back on. Now we're going to have the trainer clean up the mat here a little bit. 1:44 left. 16-5. Bonzi with a lead over Jack Ackerman. And it's 14-12. The Red Raiders with the dual meet lead, and Bonzi gets called for improper starting position. That's caution. Bonzi cuts him loose after Ackerman gets to a high base, 16-6. Hard duck attempt, comes up, body lock, looking to throw. Ackerman now down to a low single. Bonzi now is with a hard whizzer, hips and throws Ackerman out in front of him here. So Ackerman now to his feet with 1:04 left. He shoots in again, but gets stopped coming in, arms wide. And they're off the mat. 54 seconds left. Ackerman's got to get a takedown here to get away from that major decision, save a team point. Bonzi's pretty comfortable with the throwing part. Headlock attempt missed, slide by. Ackerman trying to catch Bonzi here. 3 for Bonzi. And they're off the mat at 33 seconds left. 19-6. Ackerman to his high base. Bonzi cuts him loose again. Ackerman with a bad shot in. And you've seen Bonzi do that before, so I probably wouldn't be bailing in like that with no control. Bonzi likes that throw. Now he takes a bad shot down low, trying to hang on to an elbow, and Ackerman trying to cover him here with a takedown. Steps over the leg, got the takedown. It's 19-10 right now, but it's still going to be a major decision for Bonzi. For GET, team points. It's now 16-14. GET takes the lead. Next up for the Red Raiders at 150 pounds will be Chase Gethers, and he'll get Mason Berg. Red Raiders got to find a way to score some points here, put together some good matches. They're down in matches 4-3 to Gay Electric Trempealeau. And Gay Electric Trempealeau's been the physical team except for the first 2 wrestlers for the Red Raiders in Jackson Freeman and Brett Bagnowski. Now to a Russian was Berg, and they break apart.
At 175 for Prairie Sheep, Zach Quick. And for Menominee, Logan.
Again, Russian arm tie with good head position, and now underhooked by Chase Gethers. Barrel roll attempt, missed it, countered by Gethers. Wizard, though, by the Red Raider. And Berg able to step in front, get back to neutral. Shot inside again, trying to get that barrel roll. Now trying to short drag out of it is Berg. They're out of bounds now. .34 seconds left, no score. First period. Short drag around the corner goes Berg, and he takes Gethers down. Gethers got 7 seconds left. Try to get an escape here. He's got to get his head off the mat. And the 1, 3-0. Berg of GET. Berg's choice, he defers. Gathers goes down. Harder start by Berg, and he stops the first move of Gathers. And now Gathers with his chest on the mat, getting an arm bar put on him. Now Gathers stands up. Berg takes him back with an arm bar and a wrist. Lost the arm bar, and Gathers gets stomach back down into a base. Gathers got to get his head up off the mat here and work up, build his base. Berg with a coffee grinder, warning, stalling Gathers. And that's a fair call there. Gathers now with a stand-up. Tries to turn and face, but did not get clear enough. 32 seconds left. Gathers got to try. Warning, stalling. Berg, they got one apiece. Gathers just proved to himself that he can get up to his feet. Now he's got to fly off the bottom here. He got time, 26 seconds left. There's a good hard start. Caught Berg in a little bad position and got the reversal. Nice work. That's what a hard start does for you. Good elbow chop there. Stops Berg from coming up higher. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Yeah, we're back in the match. At 3-2 now. Berg with a lead. Caution, Gathers, hand too far around the body. Deep tight waist by Gathers. Berg to a sitting position. Gathers chops that arm, takes him back to his base. Got to get him off his high base, though. Berg up high, back to a sitting position, working on hand control. $1:15 left. 1 point. .4 Berg as an illegal hold. Had a full Nelson briefly. So it's 5-2 now, I guess. Slide by Hardwin. Just out physical. Is Berg to Gathers. Now he leads 8-2. Gathers had worked his way back into the match. Then basically froze on the mat as Berg just hit a hard slide by. Coffee grinder again by Berg. Warning, stalling, Gethers 1 point Berg, I guess. 15 seconds left. It's 9-2 now. Berger's going to get the win, 9-2. It is 19-14 a dual meet. Gay Electric Trempealeau with a lead. And the Red Raiders are getting out-hustled and out-physicaled and out-wrestled. There's just nothing to it. They've been in this funk for a couple of weeks now. It was great to see the start of Jackson Freeman and Brett Bagnuski. They came out firing, aggressive, but after that, it went downhill in a hurry. 19-14, Gay Electric Trempealeau with a lead. This is 157 pounds. Jay Stetzer is ranked 7th in D2 for Gay Electric Trempealeau. This is Ashton Rouge for the Red Raiders. And Stetzer. Stetzer with a takedown and a cut loose in about 5 seconds.
Stetzer is currently ranked 7th among 157 pounders in Division 2.
And he's taking Rouge down. He looks at the bench and said, I want one more takedown.
Winner by 10-7 decision from a nominee, Logan Pro.
Rouge tried to catch him, just not strong enough there. And it's now 9-2 with a half Nelson. Picking in leg. Potentially dangerous. And Stetzer is going to put Ashton Rouge on his feet. 9-3. 58 seconds left. Underhook. Round the corner, head snap, down to the mat. Flat goes Rouge. And it's 12-3 with an arm bar, working on getting a wrist, is Stetzer. And Rouge goes over with a double arm bar. And Stetzer's sitting this out. This gets really tight.
And for nominee, Bryce Shepard.
Rouge going side to side, keeping his shoulders up. He survived that. It's 16-3.
Machine is currently ranked 3rd in Division 2.
End of the first period is here. 16-3. Ashton Rouge trails. Rouge says we're going on our feet. Takedown will be a technical fall. And Rouge will save the team 1 point unless he gets taken to his back and pinned, which could happen. Headlock. Rouge got to fight this off to save the extra team point. And he gets the near fall, doesn't make a difference. The technical fall for Jay Stetzer. And he puts 5 points on the board for GET. It's 24-14 right now. Next up is Merrick Windsor scheduled to go.
And 165. For the Titans, Merrick Windsor. And for Wisconsin Rapids, Jeremiah Peters.
This is Jeremiah Peters. And Merrick Windsor. Windsor is a sophomore. See what Peters can do. He's got to stop the bleeding here. Arm drag into a double. Peters launched him. They go out of bounds. Peters has got a little bit of dangerousness to him. These Gay Electric Trempealeau guys, there's just a drive in off a collar tied to an ankle pick, just missed it. Now Peters got to look to score here. Windsor took a bad shot. Now he's trying to sit out through it. And he's going to come up neutral. Peters couldn't capitalize. Front headlock by Windsor. Peters has got to fight this takedown attempt off. Got 42 seconds left. Windsor's at the disadvantage of the edge of the mat here. And they're out of bounds. .27 seconds left. No score. Windsor with a double leg shot. Peters rolls him through, catches him on his back. This is going to be big points if you don't pin him here. 15 seconds left, and Windsor gets stomach back down. Peters couldn't hold him. (7-0) on the 3 takedown and the 4 near fall. 9 seconds left. Windsor just based off, trying to hit a switch. Peters gets reversed and near fall scored on him in the last 3 seconds. Wow. You cannot take the time off in a match. 7-5, Merrick Windsor is back in the match. Just cannot take a break like that. He thought he was going to ride out the period, and Merrick Windsor had other thoughts. He wanted to get himself back in the match, which he did. Merrick Windsor with a cradle from his feet. Has Peters in trouble here. Peters is trying to come out. In the scramble, Windsor gets 3 near fall. And now it's 8-7 Windsor. Arm bar and a wrist for Merritt Windsor. Now a legs ride. Stalemate. 54 seconds left. 11-7 Windsor with a lead now in the second period. No start by Peters off the bottom. Roll by Peters, trying to get to his scrambles. Got the leg lifted. Got the reversal. Near fall coming. Got to keep your feet in bounds here. And I thought they were out of bounds. And he's throwing out a ton of points here. And I thought they were out of bounds. And the assistant coach for the Red Raiders is over there arguing with him about being out of bounds. And now we got to see what the score is. Score isn't close to being right here. 13 to 13 the score is, I guess, by the board. 26 seconds left.
Winner by 6-4 decision from Jack Simmons.
Peters in a roll-around session again, trying to come out with a reversal. .2 seconds left. He said no loss of control, which it should have been, and no reversal, which it should not have been. Minimum a loss of control. And the two periods were tied in a wild match, 13-13. Merrick Windsor takes the bottom. Peters puts him on his feet. 14-13 Windsor. Underhook by Windsor.
At the conclusion of this round, the Titan Wrestling Program
Slide by in a scramble, tried to headlock, and Windsor pops his head out, gets the takedown. One penalty point, 17-14, I guess. Caution on Windsor this time. Roll attempt by Peters. Windsor, you can see him sinking into that toss, and Peters stopped wrestling. .10 left, and Peters is in deep trouble and gets pinned. It is now 30-14.
now wrestling at 175 for the Titans.
175-pounder Braden Peterson, Jr., and he's ranked 8th in Division II at 175.
And for Wisconsin Rapids, Levi Loebner.
This is Levi Loebner. Levi Loebner, undersized guy here against the much bigger, much better. As you can see, Lang just snatching his head and got Loebner flying around the mat. Loebner comes in with his arms wide on a bad shot. And Peterson catches him easily, puts him to his back, and is going to probably pin him here. Because Loebner's in a tough spot. Grapevine in the legs. And there's a pin in 34 seconds. And that is the dual meet. Gay Electric Trempealeau takes down the Red Raiders 36-14 right now. The Red Raiders cannot score enough points in these final three matches. 190-pound matchup to come. And they are going to forfeit to Aaron Dunnigan, I do believe.
Receiving a forfeit for the Titans. Aaron Dunnigan.
215-pounders yet to go. We'll see what the Red Raiders do here. Oakley Pluis strapping up, coming over to the score table against Andrew Bishop, probably the junior. Oakley Pluis, long, tall, lean. Bishop, shorter, compact, much more physically put together. except for the first two matches, the Red Raiders put on a pretty good show. Jackson Freeman with a pin in 327. Brett Bagnuski, a pin in 117. They came out hard, physical. Since then, Electric Trempealeau has owned all those categories. Now we're waiting for the official to do something, I'm not sure what. Red Raiders lost one team point. Earlier in the dual meet.
And 2:15 for the Titans will be Andrew Bishop.
Andrew Bishop and Oakley Pluis. Pluis is a 190-pounder going up in the 215-pound weight class today. Again, two completely different body styles here. Pluis, lean, long, lanky, undersized, and Bishop, compact and built. And a full-size 215-pounder. Pluis works into a Russian, but he's got to get better head position. Backed off the mat one time, and this official throws a warning stalling on Bishop. And I know it's the opponent, but I disagree with the call. You have to have a chance to defend yourself, and you have to have a chance to use defense. And first time, Pluis backed him up. Now, if that happened a second time, probably. Just a straight-on collar, double collar tie by Pluis most of the time here. And with a block, now an overhook. Headlock swung and missed. Pluis ducked his head. He felt it coming. Pluis with a three-point takedown. Thank you very much for swinging a ill-advised headlock by by Bishop. Pluis now driving head with 8 seconds left, trying to get a wrist turned underneath, and they call a warning stalling on Pluis. He wasn't off to the side of the hips, but I'm not sure anymore. Good counter by Pluis, keeps control of Bishop, and he's ahead 3-0. Bishop's choice, he's going to go down. Pluis is not able to stop his blast off the bottom. So far he's been able to catch up, but we'll see how long that lasts. Bishop stands up, he's a powerful guy. Pluis takes him down with wrist control. Now he's off to the side. Crossface now to a barbed wire. Dave Oakley can walk it out around the head. And then we stop it for some, and I'm not sure what. And we got blood on Bishop from Gay Electric Trempealeau. As I had mentioned, the first two matches, 106-113, the Red Raiders came out firing, aggressive, hard, fast. 2 pins by Jackson Freeman and Brett Bagnowski. Then here comes Gay Electric Trempealeau with a pin at 120, a 3-1 decision at 126, and an 11-5 decision at 132. Matthew Miller put on a heck of a match, getting a win at 7-5 at 138. And then the Red Raiders go down 6 times in a row. It's Brady Bonzi with a 19-10 major. Mason Berg a 9-2 decision. Technical foul by Jay Stetzer. A pin by Merrick Windsor. A pin by Braden Peterson. Forfeiting at 190 were the Red Raiders. This is 2:15, and the undersized Oakley Blues so far putting together a pretty good match. Blues got a wrist tied up now on the right-hand side, looking at a half on the left. He leads 3-0 on the takedown. Blues is off to the side now with a barbed wire. Stay with the barbed wire. Don't get impatient. A little bit impatient, lost the grip. Warning stalling on Bishop. 1 point. Lewis, he now leads 4-0. Lewis working on wrist control again. Good job driving ahead all the time. That's what you want to see. Turn them wrists under, then go to work. 2 seconds. End of the period is here. After 2 periods, Oakley Plus with a 4-0 lead. Oakley Plus choice down the 3rd period. He's going down. Caution on Bishop. Lewis with a hard start. Nice job. Got to the stand-up. Now come back again. Don't lose your base here. Comes out to face. Bishop with a front headlock. Lewis is still trying to come up here. Itchy's done. There should be an escape here. There is no control by Bishop. There's a reversal. Nice job, Oakley Lewis wrestling on the edge of the mat. 6-0, the Red Raider with the lead. Pinning a leg down, trying to come up off a high base is Andrew Bishop. Lewis riding hard here, chopping a wrist, taking him off his base. 52 seconds left. Warning, stalling, Bishop again. 1 more point, Lewis, 7-0. Lewis steps into a legs ride, but he got to be aggressive with this now. Same side power half is Lewis. Warning, stalling, Bishop. And that's 2 points for Lewis. He's up 9-0 now, and Lewis gets his choice. So Bishop goes down again. Lewis takes the riding position. Sitting position now for Bishop. Trying to put his foot down, does. Front trip by Lewis. He hung in there too long, and Bishop caught him. Lewis can regain control here yet. And we got a 9-0 win for Oakley Lewis. Major decision for that Red Raider in a hard-fought match. Good work by Lewis for the Red Raiders. And we'll see what happens at heavyweight at 285. The Red Raiders probably will forfeit here. And they do to a ranked wrestler, Brock Kaz, who is ranked number 6 in D2. So the Red Raiders take a beating here, 48-18. And as they cross the mat and shake hands, we're going to take a break and catch our breath, do a little paperwork, and we're going to get ready for round 2 here as the Red Raiders will take on Menominee. Thanks for watching this first round Duel Me. We'll bring you more wrestling on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Back down for round number 2 at Gay Electric Trempealeau, Melrose, Mindoro. Wisconsin Rapids coming off a beating by Gay Electric Trempealeau. That's the best way I can put it. A couple guys wrestled really good matches. Oakley Pluis, Jackson Freeman, Brett Bagnowski, Matthew Miller. Those guys wrestled hard, rapid-style wrestling. But after that, it wasn't very pretty. So hopefully here against an undermanned Menominee team. This is Victor Tao from Menominee against Brett Bagnowski. At 113 we're starting now. We started the first dual meet at 106. Now we go to 113. You move up one weight class each dual meet in a day tournament like this. Menominee beat Prairie du Chien 35-33 in their first go-around. And Menominee, like I said, is shorthanded. Their head coach, former Lincoln High School Red Raider, Rylan Lubeck, along with Liz Kane. And then another former Red Raider wrestler and assistant coach, Colton Brame, Eric Peisig, Grant Peisig, Dalton Andrus, Casey Schmidt, Steele Schaefer, Nick Howard, and Nick Shepard. That's the coaching staff for Menominee. And this clock, I got to look through a basketball scoreboard and all the apparatus to hang it from the ceiling. We got 1:20 left, 0-0. See if the Red Raiders can come out with a better effort here. Tao trying a 2% toss. Bagnowski. Bagnowski fought that one off. Russian arm tie, and Tao backs off the mat. And we got 2 officials here on this mat. I'm not sure why we didn't have 2 before, but we have 2. Russian arm tie by Bagnowski. Walking Tao around the mat. Trying to get him to jab down. Take a step ahead. He just broke it. Now into a double. Hard, nice, crisp double by Brett Bagnowski. 3 takedown. We got 30 seconds left in the period. Oh, a little hip tip here with a roll. Bagnowski steps into a legs ride. Tao reaches back, gives basically Bagnowski his arm, and then Bagnowski trying to get that reverse half, puts the arm over his head and went too far for the officials. They didn't like that look, so they stop it for potentially dangerous, and probably rightly so. 13 seconds left in the period. Bagnowski with the legs right again, working cross body on the far side wrist. The end of the period comes. You see the assistant timer come in, tap the official on the back. Bagnowski's choice, he defers. Victor Tao will choose on their feet. Bagnowski wades into the double overhooks and then go off the mat, warning stalling Tao. Bagnowski in the first match of the day in the last duel had a pin in 117, one of the 4 Red Raiders that put together a good match. Russian again. Tao dives in, gets stuck with his head down on the mat. Bagneski with a crossface trying to spin around the corner. Caught up with him, got a two-leg basic tackle, takes him down, gets a 6-0 lead now. Right at the moment, Bagneski in control of the match. Tao stands up. Bagneski puts him back on the mat with a little ankle bite here, tried to get it in there. Got the arm pinned across the back. Good position here for the Red Raider. Lifts it, drives him over, got a 1 count. Sits out now, changes side, turns it to a headlock and getting more near fall. Bagneski in great position here. Tao trying to fight off the bottom. Bagneski just sets him back down, gets the pin.
Winner by pin, Wisconsin Rapids, Brett Bagneski.
6 Red Raider team points to start with by Bagneski. He's put 2 really good matches together so far today. Again, coming to you from the Gay Electric Trempealeau Melrose Mindoro Combined School District. Next up for the Red Raiders. Bryce Bagneski comes out to get his hand raised as he gets 16 points. Menominee not having an entrant at 120 pounds, 126 now. Yes, let's see who this ends up being. And head coach Rylan Lubeck.
At 126, Jake Freeman will earn a forfeit.
Jake Freeman gets a forfeit. 6 more team points on the board. And now we'll have a matchup here at 132 pounds. Menominee had Kenny Heim weighed in. Kenny Heim is going up to 132. Headlock by Arbogast. Takes Heim over. Got to get his set up. Got the takedown. Leads 3-0. Working on a right side coffee grinder. I'm trying to lock up on the head. So Arbogast backs out of that. Gonna rethink this, pin the arm back, go to work with a bar on the right hand side. And talking to head coach of Menominee, Rylan Lubeck, and Colton Brayman, assistant, they have a number of issues limiting their number of participants today. Sickness, injuries, grades, all the things you don't want to hear in high school sports, so that limits their varsity guys today. Heim laying there with his chest on the mat and his hips flat. Now a bar looking to get to a wrist is Arbogast. Menominee has 5 ranked wrestlers.
In this match, Reed is currently ranked 6th in Division II.
Heim stands up and he got potentially dangerous.
Purdy is ranked 9th in Division II.
And we start them again. Arm bar on the right hand side by Armagost. Take your time, you got a little bit of it. 12 seconds left, see if we can get a turn here. I'm hanging out on the bottom, trying not to get turned and pinned. Period's going to run out here. And it is 3-0 after 1. Armagost Rapids with a lead. Armagost choice. He defers. Himes choice. Going on their feet, he says. Okay. Armagost with a collar tie back to an ankle pick, but Heim fought that off and almost launched Heim, but there you got what's called a Jap Whizzer, an underarm spin, whichever you like, by Armagost. Takes Heim down, puts him on his back. Now Heim's got a long time to fight this off. Armagost got to take his time here, settle him in. A little bit closer each move Heim makes. Heim switching side, trying to keep him up and down. Armagost dragging his feet, keeping him in bounds. There is the pin for Deegan Armagost. 6 Red Raider team points. It's a quick 24-0 for the Red Raiders. 138-pounders getting ready to go. Menominee has Bailey Casey, a number 9 ranked wrestler. And we'll see what the Red Raiders put out there. The Rapids Red Raiders have the choice in this match, so they have to report first. And then Menominee will present their wrestler.
At 138, for Wisconsin Rapids, Matthew Miller. And for Menominee, Bailey Casey.
Matthew Miller, the Red Raider, at 138 today against Bailey Casey. Again, Casey ranked, he's ranked 9th. So Miller's job, trying not to give up as many team points as he can possibly help.
Division 2, among 138-pounders.
Matthew Miller put together a heck of a match in his last dual meet against Gay Electric Trempealeau. He won 7-5 over Jace Anderson. This is a much steeper task right here. Again, we got to thank Jerry Clark for volunteering his afternoon and evening to come over to Gay Electric Trempealeau, Melrose, Mindoro area to give you match side seats. On Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, we thank you for watching. Russian arm tie with good head position is Bailey Casey. Matthew Miller fought that attempt off. Underhook by Casey. Close to the edge of the circle. And they step out. Underhook by Casey. Miller with a collar tie. Casey with not the best head position here. Elbow controlled by Matthew Miller. Casey forces his way into a double underhook. Launching pad is loaded here. Matthew Miller blocking hard. Short time here on the edge of the circle. End of the period, 0-0. Good first period for Matthew Miller. Bailey Casey takes the down position to start the second. Exercising his choice. Miller going to work on top, trying to ride and turn. Casey stands up. Miller tried to lift and tried to front trip. Now they got to cut him loose. 1 point escape, Casey. Like in the last dual meet, one of the Red Raiders rode around long enough. He got called for stalling and then gave up the escape, so that's a 2-point move. Miller gave up the 1 instead. Smart thinking, Matthew Miller. Slide by Casey. Miller trying to control an elbow. Drives into a low ankle shot to Casey. Miller trying to counter. Miller stretched the leg back out. Got an underhook on the right side. Miller trying to bounce him around and throw him. Casey just too strong on the throw attempt. 1 minute left, 1-0 Casey leads, second period. Gay Electric Trempealeau is taking on Prairie du Chien, and they got some exciting action going on there. We got some blood on Casey with 31 seconds left, second period. It's 1-0 Bailey Casey. As I had mentioned, Menominee beat Prairie du Chien 35-33 in their first round dual meet. Our Red Raiders got handled 48-18 by a Division II school, Gay Electric Trempealeau, who was ranked 6th in Division II. The Red Raiders were ranked 6th in Division I, but lost to Marshfield in a dual meet and then got kind of worked over again by number 2 ranked team in Holman, so they are definitely going to drop, if not fall out of the top 10 or 12. And they just lost to Gay Electric Trempealeau this morning. Or I should say earlier on. 24-0, 2 forfeits wins for the Red Raiders. And a pin by Brett Bagnowski. And a pin by Deegan Armagast. Casey a little more aggressive now here. Russian arm tie by Casey. Miller blocking with better head position. Casey tried to step, get a little leg trip, missed that. Matthew Miller is in a front headlock now. Trying to toss Casey, but he couldn't do that before. I doubt he'll be doing that now. 1-0, Bailey Casey leads. This is a great match for Matthew Miller. Hard start by Matthew Miller. Gets the 1 escape, just about puts the official in the bleachers, and it's tied at 1. Good work by Matthew Miller. Duck attempt by Casey, and Miller almost tossed him. Headgear comes down, and it's blood again on Casey. Matthew Miller's put on a little size to him, which is good from the last year or two, and has really gotten better at wrestling. He was one of the guys that he's one of the guys that kind of got put in against the other team's tough guys and had to kind of try to save as many team points. He's out here now against a ranked wrestler in D2 in Bailey Casey. He's ranked 9th, as I had mentioned earlier. Matthew Miller has given him a heck of a match here at 138. tied at 1. Minute 46 left, third period. They're going to be on their feet. Casey's getting a little cleanup from I don't know if it's a nosebleed or if it's like a small little cut. Assistant coaches cleaning up Colton Brain, cleaning up the mat here. Again, safety of the wrestler is key. You get 5 minutes of blood time. That means from the time it's stopped, you get 5 minutes to stop the flow. Doesn't mean cleanup. That's non-timed. So it takes you 3 minutes to clean up and 10 seconds to stop the flow. You get charged 10 seconds. And we're back ready to go. Casey's all cleaned up. 1-1, minute 45 left. Inadvertent poke in the eye by Matthew Miller on Casey. Russian tie again by Casey, trying to inside leg trip. Missed that. Miller with a hard collar tie. Toss attempt by Casey. And we got the headgear come down on Casey again and the nose plug come out. So we got blood cleanup one more time. 1:14 left in the third period. We're still tied at 1. The Electric Trempealeau is ahead 15-3 over Prairie du Chien right now. They wrestled a couple of weight classes. Now the athletic trainer is going to attend to Bailey Casey. Casey is a senior for Menominee. They have a number 1 ranked wrestler in Aiden Aui at 132, and I do not see him in the lineup today as his name was crossed off. Underhook by Casey, trying to look to toss. Miller, launching pad could be loaded here as they both got an under and an overhook. Casey's fighting in to get to a double underhook. Warning stalling on Miller. Casey's content to stay here, try to get the second stalling call and gain a point. Casey with a Russian arm tie, but no head position here. 17 seconds left, still tied 1-1. Headlock toss. Almost Miller backed out of that. We're going to go to overtime here, tied at 1. Matthew Miller giving him a heck of a match here.
We're going to overtime on game number 2.
First overtime match I think I've seen this year for the Red Raiders. Again, we were a little light on being able to broadcast some of the tournaments and meets because of lack of facilities at certain venues. Didn't have room or places for, I guess, any media. So it's 1-1, got a minute in period number 4. Underhook, overhook again, each wrestler. You don't want to get caught pushing in too hard because you could get launched. Underhook toss again, tried by Casey. Headlock attempt. Matthew Miller fought off a throw attempt for the second time. Crossbody duck, front trip. That was an excellent takedown by Bailey Casey. Matthew Miller gave him a heck of a match. Bailey Casey just one more move that Miller didn't see. Heck of a match either way by Matthew Miller. Menominee on the board with 3 team points. They trail 24-3. Next up is the 144-pound weight class. And 144, they forfeit.
At 144, Jack Ackerman will receive a forfeit for the Raiders.
Jack Ackerman gets the forfeit win. Picks up 16 points. It's now 30-3. Again, Menominee undermanned by quite a bit. Now the 150-pound matchup. Chase Gellers, I do believe, getting set to go out. And from here on out, Menominee's got ranked kids at 165, 175, 215, who I do believe they'll move up to heavyweight. This is Drew Pesha. Pesha is a freshman for Menominee. Against Chase Gellers. Gellers in on a singles. Around the corner he goes. Puts Pesha down on the mat, but Pesha's reaching back. Got a leg tied up in here yet. No control yet. Now there should be control. As Gellers is behind, but Pesha still has a loose grip on the leg. Gellers got to get his hips up now. There's a takedown by Gellers. Pesha lost grip on that leg, and Gellers got a legs right in. He's got to get his hips up, though, and get his head back. Crossbody half, working on it is Gellers. Referee looking close at a potentially dangerous, but didn't call it. Again, when you work crossbody halves and stuff with a legs ride, that shoulder is gonna take a little bit of a beating. Stepped in with a legs right on the left side. Crossbody power half now by Gellers. Not able to get Pesha off his base. Now he goes back to a double legs ride. Power half again. Pesha rolled through it. Gellers couldn't hold him. Now just fire and a half. 8 seconds left. Can't let him out here, though. And Gellers gives up the point at the end of the period. You just can't do those things in a match. 3-1 now. Scoreboard behind. Gellers. That's just lack of intensity, lack of mat knowledge. Those things will come back to haunt you. Gellers getting a little cleanup now. Again, we are at 150 pounds. Drew Pesha, P-E-J-S-A is his spelling of his last name, pronounced Pesha. Chase Geathers for the Red Raiders is a junior. And as I had mentioned, Pesha's only a freshman. That's a pretty good sized freshman there. Pretty good height, long arms, long legs. He's going to grow into a much bigger guy by the time he gets to be a senior. They're going to defer. Did Geathers, now Pesha's choice. So that's what you want to do here. He got kind of worked over a little bit on the bottom, but he's going to choose bottom. Caution on Pesha, improper starting position. Caution on Geathers, hand too far around the stomach. Hard switch attempt into a double is Pesa. And he's looking to get a reversal here to tie the matchup. There's the reversal to tie the match. Geathers quick up to his feet. Pesa chops an ankle down. Whizzer by Geathers, and he hips over Pesha. Change in position now is Pesha with the control. He proved you could almost get out. Don't wait around down here now. Fire back up one more time. Back to the center we go. See what kind of a start Chase Geathers gives you. Tried to come up, but did not follow with his legs. Half Nelson, Geathers stood up through that. Now work on the hands. Did not move his feet once he got to his feet. Just stayed still. Half on a wrist now by Pesa. Trying to straighten him out. Trying to straighten him out again, and Geathers stood up through that one. Pesa, the aggressor here. Geathers has got to fire up again here. Just a base off start. Now trying to come up. Pesa locked up around him. Locked up an Ellsworth bar from his feet. So Geathers had to give that up. End of the period coming. One point loss of control for Chase Geathers. He's ahead 4-3. He got a point back at the end of the period that time. Geathers takes down to start the third period, leading 4-3. You can't hang out here, though. And there was no start for the second time in a row. Now he's finally trying to work up to his base, but Pesa's getting a chance to work on him here. Pesa's got a half and a written. Now Geathers turns inside. He's able to hip him over. Almost got caught on his back, but he's able to hip him over here. Geathers gets the reversal. Is going to get near fall. It's going to be 6-2 or 6-3, and then there's 4 more near fall here yet. The referee hasn't awarded them. I have no idea why. The initial pinning combination was gone a while ago. He's got him hanging there. You can see it right in front of you. Now he finally awards them after Gethers takes the armbar out. 10-3 now. Forward roll by Pessa. He's on the move, up to his feet. Got hands separated. Turns the face, shoots right back in. 1 point escape. It's 10-4. Pessa looking to try to throw. And we got a stoppage for blood on Pessa. (10-4) with 22.5 seconds left. Chase Gethers. And Pessa's getting cleaned up over on the side. The dual meet is 30-3 right now, with the Red Raiders picking up 3 forfeit wins. And got a pin from Brett Bagneski and a pin from Deegan Armagast. Matthew Miller had a heck of a hard-fought match against a ranked wrestler, Bailey Casey, and lost 4-1 in overtime. Now they're doing some cleanup, which is a good time for coaches to do a little coaching on the side, as long as they're continuing to clean their wrestler. It's all good and legal. All the coaches do it. Here we go, all cleaned up, ready to go. 22.5 seconds left. Drew Pessa, the freshman, giving Chase Gethers all he can handle here right now. Gethers caught some bonus points there. Pessa with a bad shot. Now we got an underhook with an elbow control. Front headlock to a knee pick, and Gethers trying to hit back into him. No points yet, and we're going to end that way. 10-4, Chase Gethers. Three Red Raider team points, 33-3 right now, with the 157-pound matchup ready to step on the mat. And we'll see who's got wrestlers where.
At 150 for the Blackhawks, Mason Bird. And for the Titans, Mason Bird.
157 pounds is the coming up weight class. Ryan Shackleton is scheduled to go for Menominee.
Jeremiah Peters. And for the Mustangs for Menominee, Ryan Shackleton.
Jeremiah Peters, your Red Raider, against Ryan Shackleton of Menominee. Neither wrestler ranked. Shackleton is a sophomore. And Peters for the Red Raiders. Jeremiah Peters is a senior. Little head tug and a dive in and a double. Nice takedown. He cuts him loose. 3-1. Shackleton had a straight double leg shot straight in, not on an angle. Inside leg trip by Peters with the double arms tied up. Has Shackleton on his back. Can he switch it off to the headlock? Shackleton trying to roll out of it. Peters sitting out better now. Got a long time to fight this off is Shackleton, and there's the pin for Jeremiah Peters.
Winner by pin for Wisconsin Rapids, Jeremiah Peters.
6 big Red Raider team points, 39-3 the dual meet. And that brings us to 165 pounds. Luke Pember, the number 5 ranked wrestler in the state. In Division 1 at 165. We'll see who the Red Raiders send out. Rapids has got to send out a wrestler first, their choice. Levi Loebner walks to the scorer's table.
At 165 for the Raiders, Levi Loebner.
Levi Loebner, sparsely used Red Raider over a couple of years now. This is Luke Pember. Pember is ranked 5th in the state. Huge underdog is Levi Loebner. Pember with a slide by right to the cradle, and Levi is in deep trouble here.
Pember for the Mustangs, currently ranked 5th in Division 1.
And there's the pin for Pember. And that's kind of what you figured would happen. 16 points for Menominee. It's 39-9 right now. 175 pounders coming out. Jacob Anderson ranked 3rd in the state at 175. And they have to report first.
At 175 for Menominee, Logan Froh.
A different wrestler. Logan Froh. And for the Red Raiders, they are going to send out Caden Shalinski. Logan Froh is a senior for Menominee.
At 157 for Prairie Sheen, Brady Baumgartner.
Caden Shalinski
Jace Stetzer.
also is a junior for the Red Raiders. And we got front headlocks apiece here. Headlock attempt by Shalinski. He's got Froh in deep trouble. Those bright pink shoes are getting flopping around. Caden Shalinski with a pin. Nice work, quick work. Felt the pin, felt the toss coming. And it's 6 more Red Raider team points, 45-9 the dual meet. 190 pounders coming up. Red Raiders are going to forfeit at 190. And this is probably going to be Jacob Anderson going up there.
At 190 for Menominee, Jake Anderson will earn a forfeit.
16 points for Anderson, picked up for Menominee. It's 45-15. Anderson again ranked 3rd in the state in Division 1. Now you got 215 pounders. Again, Bryce Shepard ranked number 3. We'll see if that's who they send out. And this is going to be Oakley Pluis. This is Brock Bursaw. And they're going to put Bryce Shepard up to 285, where he'll receive a forfeit, I'm sure. Brock Bursaw is a junior. Oakley Pluis going up a weight class to 215, normally a 190 pounder. Oakley Pluis having a good match in the last dual meet. Hard fought 9-0, major decision. You can definitely see the difference in the body size here. Pluis, lean, as I'd said, a little tall, thinner, and Bursaw, full-size 215-pounder. He's thick, got some size to him, got a build to him. Pluis trying to work a Russian. Now Bursaw's got the Russian. Pluis gets that arm out of the Russian, and they walk off the mat. There should have been a caution on Bursaw. He wasn't on the starting stripe, but the ref never looked at it. Pluis likes to work collar tie stuff. He uses one or a double collar tie, and they go off the mat. Pluis active here. Bursaw takes his good-natured time getting back to the center, and again, he wasn't even on the starter stripe, so that would have been a second caution. Pluis with a nice shot into a single, takes down Bursaw, leads 3-0. Pluis got to finish the period out here, ride him hard. Working on a wrist, trying to get the big guy off his base, and that's kind of hard to do when you're outweighed by 20 pounds or more. End of the period is here. Pluis with a 3-0 lead for the Red Raiders. Bursaw's choice. He deferred Pluis' choice. Going to go down. Bursaw now going to cover. Pluis set ready to go. Pluis big spread eagle tripod. Trying to work to his feet, which he's done. Bursaw's a heavy, hard switch on the motion. Nice work by Pluis to his feet. Got the one on the escape. 4-0 to lead. Pluis with a Russian arm tie. Pluis wrestling hard. Got motion from the bottom there. You don't want to hang around. I keep saying that. But I've seen this for 50 years. Guy that hangs around and waits and just bases off usually gets controlled. Possibly turned and pinned. Pluis with a front headlock now. Backing up Bursaw. Jabs him down to the mat. Going to run out of the mat to get him out of bounds. Good work by Oakley Pluis. 1:21 left, second period. That time Bursaw was on the starting stripe. Don't want to get too careless, though, with the under overhooks. Big guy can launch you in a hurry. Off the mat one more time, they work. 1:07 left. One point, Bursaw. Pluis, the official said, slapped the collar tie on him too hard. Now, got him in the front headlock again. Bursaw's backing his way to the edge of the mat, warning stalling Bursaw. And that was a good call. That was a good stalling call. You could see him backstepping his way, finding the edge of the circle. Pluis again with a double collar tie, gets you to pop your head just like he did there. Drives in as soon as you pop your head up. That's a good setup. And he made it count, 7-1. Pluis. Spiral ride now by the Red Raider. Got to get your hips up on top, Oakley. Oh, he worked into a legs ride and a crossbody half. See if he can get near fall out of this. Bursaw, the big guy, rolled through it and got the reversal. It's now 7-3. End of the period. You can't give up points at the end of the period again. 4 seconds left, and Pluis gave up the reversal. You are ahead 7-1. Pluis' choice. He's going down. Bursaw's dragging here. Pluis posts the left leg out. A little bit of a roll. Presser's back in. Stands up. Bursaw pulls him back on top of him. A locked hands. Pluis is going to get a penalty point. 8-3 the lead. When you're on your knees, your opposing wrestler cannot lock their hands. And now Rylan Lubeck having a conversation with the official. I don't know if they're checking on scoring or what. Sure, he made a good point. Probably trying to give his wrestler a little breather here. Now the official's coming over. Head scores table again. 1:45 left. Third period. 7-3 Pluis. Wrestling up at 2:15.
Now wrestling at 175 for the Titans, Britton Peterson.
Now I'm not sure what the official's having a conversation about, but maybe he needed a break. Now they're setting the time back to 2 minutes, and we'll see what transpires when the clock starts. I guess they're running a whole third period again. 2 minutes on the clock. Nice little ankle bite. You can see it underneath the shin, lifting up, trapping that ankle. He's got a ball and chain here, arm tied up between the thighs, grabbing at the wrist. Pretty good controlling ride. Blue switches off now, going for wrist control. Trying to drive ahead, turn that wrist under. Again, he's wrestling up about 25 pounds. Pluis normally a 190-pounder. Warning, stalling Pluis, I guess. Riding the wrist, says the official. 1:10 left, 7-3 Pluis. It's kind of funny because Bursaw, who now just hits a hard stand-up, didn't do anything for that whole period. Sitting position for Pluis. Got to be careful here. Got to get your hip back up on top. Pluis has got his hip down underneath him here, and that's not the best position with the legs right in. Could get a stalemate called here. It would be a good call for both wrestlers. Neither wrestler doing anything or able to do anything, so I would think a stalemate call would be probably a good call here. Pluis trying to expose the shoulders, but he got reversed as Bursaw able to come out from underneath. It's now 7-5. Pluis can't sit around down here though. 6 seconds left. End of the match, 7-5 the win, Oakley Pluis. Another pretty good match by the young Red Raiders. 3 team points in the Red Raiders column, 48-15. The dual meet, 285-pounders coming up. And we'll see what happens at this weight class. Again, Bryce Shepard going to be going at 285, and he is a 215-pound third-ranked wrestler in the state. Red Raiders have nobody at heavyweight, so Shepard's going to get his victory. Red Raiders have no heavyweight weighed in.
Receiving a forfeit at 285 from Menominee, Bryce Shepard.
Jackson Freeman set to go at 106. And I don't know, I do believe maybe Menominee is without a 106-pounder. So Jackson Freeman wins by forfeit. And adds 6 points in the total, 54 to 21, the dual meet win for the Red Raiders against Menominee, who was undermanned due to numerous situations at school and in illness and injury. They were undermanned to start with, talking to the coaches, but the Red Raiders 54-21 got their second dual meet of the day in. They will take on Prairie du Chien next. So we'll take a break, do some more paperwork. We'll bring that dual meet to you on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Back now for round number 3, Gay Electric Trempealeau. 120 pounds is a dual meet. The Red Raiders are taking on Prairie du Chien. 120 pounds, Hunter Reed receives the forfeit. Red Raiders forfeiting there at 120. 6 points on the board, freebie style for Prairie du Chien over the Red Raiders. Next up, 126 pounds. The Red Raiders have to put their guy on the mat. Scheduled to go is Gage Kunish. And the Red Raiders are going to send out 126-pounder, probably going to be Jake Freeman.
At 126 for the Raiders, Jake Freeman. And for the Blackhawks, Gabe Hughes.
Gage Kunish is a freshman. And Jake Freeman, your Red Raider on the mat at 126. Hunter Reed is the 120-pounder that Prairie du Chien had. He's a ranked wrestler, ranked 6th. The Red Raiders chose not to wrestle him. They also have a 150-pounder Mason Hurd, ranked 5th in D3. 3 points take down Freeman. And a 285-pounder Jack Simmons, who's ranked 3rd in D3. Prairie du Chien is a D3 school. The Red Raiders coming off a sound beating by Gay Electric Trempealeau, a Division II school, 48-18. They came back over a shorthanded Menominee, 54-21. And this is the third and final dual meet of the day. Half an arrest pulls Kunish back in the mat, trying to get him to turn here. Now he's got almost had a cradle locked up. Locked hands by Freeman. One point for Prairie du Chien. Locked hands by Freeman, says the official. In other dual meet action, Menominee beat Prairie du Chien 35-33 and Gay Electric Trempealeau 51, Prairie du Chien 16. That's the last round of wrestling that we had. Again, this will be the final round. My name is Scott Tesch, giving you move-by-move calls here, joining me in the broadcast area, and I thank him greatly, Mr. Jerry Clark, for volunteering his time for today. Making a drive over to Gay Electric Trempealeau, which is past Black River Falls, about an hour and a half from Wisconsin Rapids. And now Gay Electric Trempealeau is taking on Menominee, and they started off with a pin. Now we got Kunish cleaned up, and we're ready to go again. Wrist tied up underneath by Freeman. Hip tip off the Ellsworth bar, a little hip tip action, suicide style, takes it over his own body. Now fires the bar, runs him over. Got a lot of time to try and pin him here. Freeman just got a tight waist on him.
At 138 for the Titans, Colton Goss.
And going to leave him turn off his stomach for a near fall. It's going to be 10-1 the lead right now at the end of one period. Freeman with a lead. Well, good start for the Raiders at 126 pounds. Red Raiders forfeited to Hunter Reed.
Both wrestlers on mat number 1 are ranked in Division 2.
Good solid start by Freeman, stopping the first move of Kunish. Got a bar, trying to get that second one in. Got a bar and a wrist now, runs him over the top, stacks him on his shoulders, got to settle him in here. Referee trying to get a look at the shoulders. Crawls around to one side, got blocked again. Now he's trying to get a better view of the shoulders without getting a foot right in the chops. And when a referee gets a little too close, the legs start flying around. I have witnessed a referee get knocked out cold by a foot alongside his jaw. And we don't want that to happen. There is the pin for Jackson Freeman.
Winner by fall from the Raiders, Jake Freeman.
Jake Freeman with a pin, 16 points on the board, and we're tied now at 6 apiece. 132-pounders set to go. Landon Theory scheduled for Prairie du Chien. And Deegan Armagast set to go for the Red Raiders. And one official's waiting to, I don't know what he's waiting for. Now he calls for the Prairie du Chien wrestler to come, report.
At 132 for the Blackhawks, Landon Theory.
Landon Theory is the wrestler for Prairie du Chien.
And for the Raiders, Deegan Armagast.
And Deegan Armagast, your Red Raider. Arm drag, nice setup and takedown by Armagast. Gets a quick 2. And he cuts him loose. Or excuse me, quick 3, 3-1. Now a good shot by Theory, and Freeman around the corner covers him up for another takedown. Going to go to work on his feet.
Armagast is currently ranked 10th, according to the Wisconsin Director website.
Armagast trying to cut him loose, and she did. Finally, he got the escape. Now another takedown, 9-2, the lead for the Red Raider. Got an arm bar on the right-hand side, got wrist control anyway. Going to cut him loose one more time. Give him a little harm on the way up. Nice little arm drag into just a blast double. Catches him on his back. There is the pin for Deegan Armagoss. 6 Red Raider team points, 12-6 the dual meet right now. 138 pounders ready to go. Going to be Briley Brewer, I do believe. Brewer is a junior. And the Red Raiders. Matthew Miller comes out at 138 for the Red Raiders. Matthew Miller's had a very good day here for the Red Raiders. He got a win in the first match, dual meet against Gay Electric Trempealeau. And then he wrestled a ranked wrestler, took him to overtime, and lost on a takedown in a sudden victory. And again, Matthew Miller, not ranked. Guy that's been put in the lineup sporadically, kind of got a spot now. But he's really wrestled well. One of the bright spots for the Red Raiders. 2-on-1 wrist control by the Red Raider. Nice drag into a single. Wild flurry to go off the mat. No points either way. Good setup, good shot by Matthew Miller. Riley Brewer tried to wade in with a short drag. Now Matthew Miller into double lifts, takes him and sets him down. Miller rolls with him. And they go out of bounds. Riley Brewer likes to roll around a little bit. A couple of close takedown attempts by Matthew Miller, but not quite. 45 seconds left. Russian arm tie by the Red Raider. Needs better head position though. Drags Briley Brewer down to his knees, but then they both come back up. Brewer down to one knee to get a collar tie, and Miller puts him in a Russian arm tie. And they just run out of time. As Matthew Miller was in good position to get a takedown, but ran out of clock. Miller going down to start the second period. Legs right in by Briley Brewer on Matthew Miller. Miller's got to fight this off. He's trying to get hand control. Trying to stay in a base. And Menominee and Gay Electric Trempealeau going at it. Briley Brewer's too far out over the head. Tried to Turk tip Miller. Did Brewer, but Brewer almost lost control there. Double legs ride now by Bailey Brewer. They got a stalemate. Sitting position, and Brewer steps right into that legs ride again. Trying to get a Turk tip. Only with a count of one. High base tripod style by Matthew Miller.
Now wrestling at 150 for the Titans, Brody Bonzi.
Still riding the right side of the legs ride is Bailey Brewer. And we still have no score in the match, another stalemate.
And for the Mustangs, Drew Pisa.
Roll attempt by Miller. Can't sit around here. Forward roll again. Brewer steps into the legs ride one more time. Can't give up points now. Got to know where you're at here. And the period still 0-0. Bailey Brewer a little slow rolling around on the mat. He may need a little injury time. Third period coming. I do believe we got some injury time here on Bailey Brewer. Coaching staff having a couple of words with Matthew Miller. Now Bailey Brewer's ready to go, his choice. He's going to go down to start the third. Matthew Miller's got to try and ride and turn, but he gives him 1 point to give him the lead, and the escape puts him on his feet. Matthew Miller's got to get a takedown here to win the match. Brewer reaching in, Miller trying to counter and sprawl back, and they're off the mat. Brewer a longer wrestler, so he's got a lot of reach. Long legs, long arms, long body. Matthew Miller the shorter of the two. Shorter arms, shorter legs. Brewer shoots in again. Launching pads loaded here, under over hooks. Miller wanted to back out. Slide by missed. Lateral drop attempt. Miller bases off, plants a foot in the mat. Takes the easy three. Ill-advised throw attempt by Bailey Brewer. 110, we're still wrestling on the edge of the mat. Good place to burn a little clock. Ball in chain by Matthew Miller, trying to keep his foot in bounds. And they go out of bounds. 3-1 the lead for the Red Raider Miller. He's on top of riding. No start by Bailey Brewer. That allowed Matthew Miller to cross face him and gain that control of that far side elbow. Trying to get to a ball in chain. Trying to step over the head. Score some near fall. Can't do that yet. Stay with the elbow control. Ball in chain trying to stack Bailey Brewer. Short time now for Matthew Miller. Got to stay wrestling aggressively. Almost let up a little bit at the end. Hard fought win. Matthew Miller won 3-1. 3 Red Raider team points, 15-6 the dual meet score. 144 pounders getting ready to go. Probably going to be Jack Ackerman, I do believe. And This is, I'm not sure who this is, but we'll see. Probably going to be Porter Koosman for Prairie du Chien. And this official likes to have a lot of conversations with a lot of different, I'm not sure what the reasons are. Had an issue with the score clock and the scoreboards. Trying to get it straightened out. Officials holding up the action. So we sit and wait. Again, Prairie du Chien's a Division III school. They have 3 ranked wrestlers. 120-pounder Hunter Reed's ranked 6th. 150-pounder Mason Hurd is ranked 5th. 285-pounder Jack Simmons is ranked 3rd. The Red Raiders are down to 4 ranked wrestlers. Jackson Freeman 7th at 106. Luke Hamill is 11th at 120, out with an injury right now. Deegan Armagost at 132 is ranked 10th. Jack Ackerman 9th at 150. And we're still trying to get things figured out. I'm not sure what the holdup is. So I do believe Porter Koosman or Kosman. And Jack Ackerman, nice underhook. Tried to get to a single leg, missed that. Nice head feint. Now that's some good looking Rapids wrestling right there. A little head tap. Shot in. Got the single leg. Ackerman on the mat now for the Red Raiders at 144 pounds. Getting some motion going, which is what you need, and make a wrestler move to the step that you want, get in a position you want where you can fire offense. Overhook, underhook by Kosman, excuse me. He wants to lock up a throw, inside step with a trip for Ackerman, missed that. Now Ackerman with the underhooks, but Kosman got both elbows tied up. Ackerman with a shot from a long ways. Double leg takedown. Not sure if they gave him the 3 or not. Did not get the takedown. Oh, now the scoreboard caught up, 6-1. Good arm chop, good tight waist, takes Kosman off his base. Allows Ackerman to go to work. Got the arm pinned behind the back. Got the bar in the wrist, running it over is Ackerman. Got a short time, see if he can sit this out to a double bar. That's a ton of pressure on the shoulders. Kosman fighting hard here. Down to 1 arm bar for Ackerman, the end of the period. 4 near fall for the Red Raider. Kosman's choice. He's looking at the coaching staff. Where do you want me to go? They're going to defer. Ackerman's going to go on top of Riding with a 10-1 lead after 1 period. Good chop of the wrist. Good tight waist. Takes him off his base. Switches sides, trying to get wrist control. Kossman fighting hard to come up. Koss able to get back to a base, and Ackerman's got a good tight waist on him. Ackerman just can't quite get the pitting combination he wants locked up. Koss is fighting hard to gain some kind of hand control, wrist control. Ackerman's trying to get that bar pinned across the back. Arm baseball across the back now. What do you want to do? You can lock it up as a farmer. You just went around the corner with an underhook, and that's going to allow Kossman to come to his feet and get the escape. Nice ankle pick off that collar tie. He drives in with the collar tie and picks an ankle. 13-2 right now, end of the second period. Jack Ackerman. And now Kossman takes his choice. He don't want to go down because he couldn't get up. He got taken down a couple times from his feet, so he chooses the top position, which is probably his only option. And Kossman has to cut Ackerman loose once he got to his feet and worked on hand control. Bad shot in by Kossman, and Ackerman countered pretty easily. Now, launching pad could be loaded here with the lateral drop coming. Couldn't complete it. Ackerman planted a foot and stopped it. There is the pin. Six for the Raider team points, 21-6 the dual meet right now. 150-pound matchup ready to go. See who the Red Raiders send out this time. This looks like Chase Gathers. And this will be Zach Quick, I do believe.
Chase Gathers. And for third team, Mason.
Nope, excuse me, Mason Hurd. And this is one of their ranked wrestlers. He's ranked 5th at 150. Gathers will be the big underdog here. Hurd likes to attack from his knees. Long arms, sweep shot, got to an ankle. Whizzer by Gathers, fighting hard. Limp arm out by Hurd, and he gets a takedown. Gathers to his feet. Off the mat they work. Hurd looks at the coaching staff, says I'm going to put him on his feet and go to work that way. 1 point escape Gathers, 3-1. And we got blood time on Gathers. So far in this dual meet, we started at 120 pounds. The Red Raiders forfeited to Hunter Reed, who was ranked 6th in Division III at 120. Then the Red Raiders come back with Jake Freeman over Gage Krubis on a pin. Deegan Armagoss on a pin over Landon Theory. Matthew Miller, a hard-fought 3-1 win over Brylan Brewer. Jack Ackerman with a pin over Porter Kossman. This is the 150-pound match. We started at 120. Gathers all cleaned up, ready to go. The mat's cleaned up. Gathers' job not to give up as many team points as they can possibly save. Again, Hurd down low on the attack off the knee. Now up to his feet with a Russian. Off the mat they work. Hard to attack a guy's legs when he's on his knees in front of you. Too quick is Hurd. Takes down Gathers, puts him into an Ellsworth bar with a hip tip. No near fall, says the official. 6-1 the lead for Hurd. Arm bar and a wrist, now just a bar. And that's a chicken wing right there. You can't get your hand up there. You've seen it. Can't get your fist up over the shoulder with that arm bar. He stopped it for blood for Gathers. I thought he stopped it for the illegal hold, but I guess not. Gathers getting cleaned up one more time, and this could make for a long dual meet. Blood time, blood time, blood time. It's just a lot of time getting run off. Hurd is ready to go. He's no worse for the wear. Next ranked wrestler, for the Prairie du Chien squad is their 285-pounder Jack Simmons, who's ranked third in Division III, and the Red Raiders undoubtedly will not wrestle him. Gathers with a nice start there. Climbed up to his base, to his feet. Hurd just a little quick. There he sits down to his knees, comes right back up. Good effort there by Gathers. 2 attempts to come up. Short time. Bar in her wrist. Gathers got that arm out. And we're going to run the clock out here at the end of the first period. 6-1 Hurd. Now they got a tape wrap job on Chase Gathers' head. Gathers' choice, he deferred that. Your options are you can exercise your choice and pick on your feet, on the top referee or the bottom referee position. Or you can defer your choice and use that in the third period. Then your opponent has a choice to go top, bottom, neutral. Gathers cleared him once. Warning, stalling. Gathers gets to Hurd's leg after he lost the stalling call. Still 6-1. No points on the first stalling. Hurd works his way to his feet, works on hands. Gathers got to cut him loose. 7-1 in favor of Hurd. Now Hurd on his feet. Came off his knees. See if that changes things. Gathers with a shot in around the corner. Hurd's got that trailing arm though. Hurd's tried to go around the corner, picked an ankle, stepped over the leg, locks it down, and gets a takedown. Now comes up with a crossface to a barbed wire. 10-1, Hurd. Hurd a senior for Prairie du Chien. Tip again by Hurd. Got near fall laying there. 4, says the official. It's 14-1. One more turn, Hurd with a bar and a half. Chests over Geathers. Geathers got to fight this pin attempt off. Don't give up the extra team point. Geathers fighting hard underneath here.
Now wrestling at 175 for the Titans, Brendan Peterson.
Got to fight here, 10 seconds. Don't give up the extra team point. Oh, and they got a pin. Let's see, 5.5 seconds left. Six more team points for Prairie du Chien. It's 21-12 right now, the dual meet in favor of the Red Raiders. 157-pound matchup getting ready to go.
Again, on mat number 1.
Ernie Baumgartner is scheduled to go. And at 157,
now wrestling at 157,
Jeremiah Peters.
For Brady Bogart. And the Wisconsin Rapids, Jeremiah Peters.
Peters with the double overhooks. Front chin lock there, front headlock. Peters had to control the front headlock and let it go after he bounced around Baumgartner a little bit. And they worked their way off the mat. Baumgartner is a junior for Prairie du Chien. Peters is a senior for your Red Raiders. Baumgartner took kind of a bad shot. Peters caught him coming in, collar tie. Trying to get that front headlock again, which he has gotten to. Sits back and tosses Baumgartner over the top of him. Got him in deep trouble, pinned him.
Winning by fall for the Raiders, Jeremiah Peters.
6 Red Raider team points, 27-12 the dual meet. Through 157 pounds. Baumgartner never felt that coming. It's not, I guess, conventional, but it worked for the Red Raiders Peters. 165 pounders. See what the Red Raiders come up with here.
Now wrestling for the Raiders, Levi Loebner.
Levi Loebner coming out. Is Jake Kramer, a sophomore. Kramer is a sophomore. Levi Loebner is a sophomore as well. Kramer now trying to get a little physical with Loebner. Got him in an underhook, but does not have head position. Loebner fought his way out of that to neutral. Kramer with a hard head snap got Loebner down over his forehead on his hands and knees. Kramer spun behind, got the takedown, and then let him out 3-1. Little underhook shuck on by to a wrap, to a body wrap. Got the takedown again. It's 6-1 now. Going to be 6-2 if they cut him loose, which they do. Kramer with the underhook one more time. Slides it by again. Whizzer by Peters, or Loebner, excuse me, and they go off the mat. Jab attempt off that Russian. Covered him up, did Kramer, and Loebner gets taken down again. And they're going to cut him loose one more time. It's going to be 9-3. Underhook again by Kramer. Same slide by, little shuck on over, and Loebner can't figure it out yet. (12-3), Kramer with a lead over Levi Loebner. Kramer's choice goes on his feet to start the second period, And we'll see if he gets in that underhook. Just a dive in on a double leg. Loebner got to get his hip off the mat here as Kramer's in on a single leg deep. Now covers up the body. Loebner trying to roll him over the top. Steps over the top. Now Kramer's still got a leg. Now you got to figure this out, Levi. You could get some points here. Off the mat they work. A little bit of scramble wrestling there by Loebner. 12-3 still on their feet, second period. Same underhook, same slide by to a near side leg. Same takedown he's used 4 times now. Kramer's hanging down on the leg, got his head buried. Loebner trying to counter. Takedown again for Kramer, 15-3. They're going to cut him loose. (15-4). Same underhook, same takedown attempt. Three takedown, 18-4 now. End of the second period here in 3, 2, 1. Here's the end of the period. Loebner coming to his feet. 18-4. Loebner's choice. They're going to go on their feet. He's going to probably give up the takedown instead of getting pinned, which saves the team 1 team point. Same underhook. Opposite side shot there with a sweep. There's the takedown, technical fall for Jake Kramer. 5 team points for Prairie du Chien. It's now 27-17. 175-pounders getting ready to go now. Caden Shalinsky for the Red Raiders. And we'll see who Prairie du Chien sends out.
Now wrestling at 175 for Prairie du Chien.
I'm not sure who this is for Prairie du Chien. I have no idea who this is. Shalinsky will slide by to a takedown. 3 points and a lead. Ellsworth Bar with a hip tip. Got near fall for Shalinsky. He's off to a 7-0 lead right now. he got his near fall. He took the arm bar out. Got the arm bar wired underneath, running him around the corner. Now the Prairie du Chien wrestler can't fight that turn off. Got to get off your knees. They'll put some chest pressure on him. There you go. 16 points for the Red Raiders. $33-17 to dual meet. 190-pounders getting ready to go. See what the Red Raiders do here at 190 pounds. Somebody trying to get a warm-up off his foot. And then the shoe come untied. It's going to be another new Red Raider wrestler.
We have a contest between two ranked wrestlers.
Red Raiders send out
Winning by forfeit,
Hunter Lang for the Red Raiders, wins by forfeit. 6 Red Raider team points, 39-17. 2:15. You're going to get Jack Simmons. Six team points for Prairie du Chien. It's 39-23 right now. 285 coming up. Oakley Pluis going up to 285. Or excuse me, at 285.
At 285, Oakley wins by forfeit.
Oakley Pluis gets a forfeit win at 285. And now we go back down to 106. It's going to be Jackson Freeman. And we'll see. 106, they got Cashton Achenbach or Linus Weschel. We'll see who they send out.
Now wrestling at 106 for Prairie du Chien, Keaton Achenbach in the Wisconsin Red.
This is Keaton Achenbach. Achenbach's a sophomore against your Red Raider Jackson Freeman. Jackson Freeman ranks 7th at 106. Gets to the Yoki choke takedown for 3. Freeman going to cut him loose, give him a little harm on the way up. 1 point escape. Freeman in and again in a single. Going to run out of bounds unless he can pull him back in, which he's going to try to do here. There's 3. 6-1 the lead. They're going to put him back up on their feet, 6-2. Freeman is a long, tall 106-pounder. Not too thick in any case, but he's a long, tall 106-pounder. Optional start now by Freeman. Just a little control over Achenbach. 6-2 now. Freeman underhook, collar tie. Achenbach with a shot down. Freeman snapped him down, drug him on by, takes him down, then cuts him loose. Again, shot at the edge of the wrestling surface. Off the mat. One more match to go after this one, 113 pounders. Achenbach in on a single leg, Freeman with a whizzer. Freeman with his leg tied up underneath. Achenbach going to try and lift that. Achenbach gets Freeman up to his feet now. Leg up in the air, but Freeman forced that down, comes out with a Russian. Jab attempt, covers him. Trying to anyway. Scramble by Achenbach. Nice work by the young wrestler. Snap again, hard. And the one period, 9-3, the Red Raider Freeman. Achenbach's going to defer his choice. And Freeman's going on her feet. Ben, the dominant wrestler, on his feet. Wide change. Slide by, trying to get to the Oki choke. Achenbach still fighting under there. Now he's got the Oki choke locked up. That's a 3-point takedown. 12-3 right now, the Red Raider, and they're going to be close to going out of bounds.
From the Titans, Evan Johnson. And for the Mustangs, Victor Cobb.
Freeman lifted on that Oki choke and spun Achenbach across his body and out of bounds. Achenbach will be down. They're going to put him back on his feet. They're going to optional start him, excuse me. We'll see if he decides to put him on his feet. That way you can just kind of control the wrestler a little bit. Underhook, collar tie. Achenbach changed levels. Hard snap by Freeman. Little harm on the way up by Freeman. It's now 15-5 right now. Still going to work on his feet. Short time in the period. Slide by, take down with 4 seconds left. 18-5 right now, and they're just waiting to burn the clock. 2 periods gone, 1 period remaining here. Starting the 3rd period on their feet. Freeman trying to get motion going. Achenbach with a weak shot, but at least he attempted one. Hard collar tie again by the Red Raider. Achenbach with the same. Nice inside single to a double, lifts, takes him to his back, can't keep him there. 21-5, winning by tech fall is Jackson Freeman.
Winning by 21-5, technical fall for Wisconsin Rapids, Jackson.
5 more team points. It's now 50-23. 113 pounders yet to go. This is Brett Bagneski.
And on both matches, you now have the final matches of the evening.
Brett Bagneski against, we will see, probably Tyson Furnett. The Red Raiders are going to go 2 wins, 1 loss on the day. They lost to Gay Electric Trempealeau pretty handily. And really got out-wrestled, out-powered, out-quicked in all but 4 matches. Came back, beat an undermanned Menominee squad, and have put away Prairie du Chien here with 1 match left to go. Final score is the only thing in doubt. Gay Electric Trempealeau is going to go 3-0 on the day. They're ahead 50-12 in the final matchup. Bagnowski got both arms tied up together and got snapped around in front. On the mat, stretched out, regains his composure. Comes back, chance to get a single leg here. Lifts, covers him with a trip, takes him down. Good work, Bagnowski. He did panic when he got snatched to the mat. Now the Red Raiders going to work on an arm here, close to the edge of the mat with a leg ride on the left-hand side. Trying to get that half in there, but they worked their way out of bounds. So with, again, hard to see through the basketball supports, we'll just say it's first period. Bagnowski going to put him on his feet. 3-1, the lead now for Bagnowski, your Red Raider. Burnett shot in, didn't quite penetrate deep enough. Bagnowski caught him, puts him in a Russian. Gonna walk him around the mat a little bit. Near side knee pick. Stepped in with a leg trip, takes him down. They roll out of bounds right on the basketball floor. Right in front of the athletic trainers. 6-1 the lead for Bagnowski. Little head collar tie, a little snap down, around the corner he went, picked the knee, got another takedown, 9-1. Furnett's got Bagnowski's hand tied up across his shoulder underneath. And the assistant timer whacks the back of the official. Stopping the clock for him. You can hear that crack all the way up here. Second period, both on their feet to start. Bagnowski 9-2. Better performance this dual meet for the Red Raiders, even though they gave up a pin and a tech fault. He gave 12 free points on forfeits. And the referee gets run over and knocked off the mat. Wizard toss by Furnett going around the front. Bagnowski could come out here, and they're off the mat. Bagnowski kept wrestling. Furnett didn't quite know how to finish. Russian arm tie again by Furnett. Little jab down on the wrist by Bagnuski. Now he's got to stick the legs right in to remain in some type of control here. No takedowns yet. And I do believe the score was 54-12, Gay Electric Trempealeau over Menominee. Takedown and near fall for Bagnuski. It's 19-3, so that's a tech fall right there, Brett Bagnuski. 5 more team points to finish the dual meet. 55-23 the dual meet. The Red Raiders go 2-1. They lost to Gay Electric Trempealeau. They beat a shorthanded Menominee, and they beat D3 Prairie du Chien. Next up for the Red Raiders will be varsity action and Valley Conference action and a Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Make sure you stop in and support the Red Raiders wrestling. Again, thank you very much to Mr. Jerry Clark for volunteering his day today, stepping up when a lot of people wouldn't do it, but he's very able and very willing to do so. Thank you very much, Jerry. And my name is Scott Tesch. We'll bring you more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.